Apple is reportedly preparing a noticeable design update for the iPhone 18 Pro, and this time the attention is centered on the dynamic island. According to recent leaks, Apple plans to significantly reduce the size of the dynamic island compared to what we currently see on the iPhone 17 Pro. While it will not disappear entirely with this generation, the change is expected to make a clear visual impact and represents another step toward Apple's long-term goal of a fully uninterrupted display. Industry insiders now indicate that Apple has no intention of switching to a punch-hole camera design for the iPhone 18 Pro. Earlier rumors suggesting such a move were the result of a translation error, which led to widespread confusion and speculation online. That misunderstanding created the impression that Apple was ready to abandon the dynamic island altogether. Updated reports have clarified this situation, confirming that the dynamic island is here to stay, albeit in a much smaller and more refined form. One of the most significant details from the latest leak is the scale of the size reduction. The dynamic island on the iPhone 17 Pro reportedly measures about 2076 millimeters. On the upcoming iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max, that measurement is expected to drop to approximately 13.49 millimeters. This translates to a reduction of around 35%, which is substantial. Even without closely comparing the two models, users are likely to notice that the display feels more open and less obstructed at the top. This reduction is made possible by Apple's gradual shift toward under-display technology. Reports suggest that Apple will move some Face ID components beneath the screen, rather than keeping all sensors within the dynamic island cutout. By placing certain sensors under the display, Apple can shrink the visible area while preserving the functionality and reliability of Face ID. This approach reflects Apple's cautious and methodical strategy when introducing new hardware technologies. The iPhone 18 Pro itself is not the final destination in Apple's display roadmap. According to current reports, Apple's ultimate objective is a completely cutout-free display, which could arrive with the iPhone 20 Pro. Achieving this would require both Face ID sensors and the front-facing camera to function flawlessly under the display. The changes coming with the iPhone 18 Pro appear to be an important testing phase and a major milestone toward that future vision. From a design standpoint, a smaller dynamic island should noticeably improve the overall appearance of the phone. While the dynamic island is more visually appealing and functional than older notches, it still occupies valuable screen space. Reducing its size by more than a third should make content consumption feel more immersive. Activities such as watching videos, playing games, or reading text near the top of the screen are likely to feel less constrained and more natural. Dynamic island has also become a defining feature of modern iPhones. Unlike traditional notches or simple camera cutouts, it is deeply integrated into iOS as an interactive software element. It dynamically displays navigation directions, music controls, timers, live activities, and background processes. This blend of hardware and software innovation has been influential enough that several Android manufacturers have attempted to replicate the concept in their own devices. Refining the dynamic island rather than removing it allows Apple to preserve this unique identity. A move to a standard punch-hole camera would have made the iPhone's front design look far more generic. It would have removed one of the most recognizable visual and functional elements of Apple's recent design language. By keeping the dynamic island and simply making it smaller, Apple manages to balance brand differentiation with user demand for more usable screen space and a cleaner aesthetic. Earlier renders and leaks showing punch-hole designs sparked heated discussions among fans and critics alike. Many users expressed disappointment at the idea of Apple abandoning Dynamic Island so soon after introducing it. With the latest clarification, it now seems those early designs were based on incomplete or misunderstood information. The updated reports align much more closely with Apple's typical incremental approach to design evolution. Another notable detail is that this smaller dynamic island is expected to appear on both the iPhone 18 Pro and the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Apple does not seem to be reserving the change for a single model, which helps maintain consistency across the Pro lineup and reinforces the premium feel of both devices. Under-display technology remains a challenging area for the entire smartphone industry. Many brands have experimented with under-display cameras, often with compromises in image quality and reliability. Apple's reputation is built on avoiding such trade-offs, which likely explains why the company is starting with Face ID sensors rather than moving everything under the display at once. If Apple's plan succeeds, the iPhone 20 Pro could represent a major shift in smartphone design. A truly uninterrupted display would set a new benchmark and likely influence the direction of the entire industry. Until then, the iPhone 18 Pro stands as an important transitional model, Ultimately, a 35% reduction in dynamic island size may seem minor on paper, but in daily use, it could make the iPhone feel noticeably more modern and polished. It highlights Apple's preference for careful, deliberate progress rather than abrupt changes, and it brings the company one step closer to its vision of a completely seamless display.